Please join me in welcoming a true champion for education, Los Angeles County Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Debra Duardo.
Good afternoon. Buenas tardes, bienvenidos. Welcome, everyone. It is such a pleasure to be here with all of you today. I want to acknowledge, first of all, what a privilege it is, what an honor it is to serve 80 school districts, over 1 million students, all of us together, having the opportunity to shape the lives of our students. What a huge honor. Let's all celebrate that. But I do want to acknowledge some people that are here in the room with me today. And I'm going to start off with our local district superintendents. If you're a superintendent in LA County, please stand. You are the true heroes in this room today. You're leading in one of the most challenging times in recent memory. And yet, you continue to show up every day with compassion and an unshakable commitment to the students and communities you serve. And your resilience inspires us. To our elected officials and our Board of Education members, are any of you please still here? Please stand so we can acknowledge you. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to our students and your leadership through not only the best of times, but when things get really, really challenging. And to our dedicated cabinet members and staff, please stand. You are the backbone of everything we accomplish, often working behind the scenes to ensure our students have what they need to succeed, and we appreciate you. And to our philanthropic partners, please stand. I know we have some in the room. Your partnerships transforms what's possible. You don't just fund programs, you fund dreams, you fund opportunities, and you fund hope. And to our higher education partners, do we have any higher education partners in the room? Please stand, please stand. Thank you for building those crucial bridges that help our students see their futures and reach their full potentials. We appreciate you. So earlier this morning, we had the majority of our school district superintendents join us in another room at the same hotel with our legislators to discuss some of the challenges and opportunities that we're facing in public education today. And those conversations remind us why gatherings like this one matter so much. When we come together, we can tackle anything. All together, we represent something powerful, a safety net that our students and families need, and we will be here to catch them when they need it most. Together, we will make this work. It has never, and I've been doing this work for a long time, been harder to work in public education than it is right now. Whether you're leading a district, serving on a board, working in higher education, or partnering with schools through philanthropy. Those of you in district leadership came into this work to focus on what you love. Teaching, learning, to create exciting opportunities in schools, to watch students discover their potential. But more and more, you're being asked to justify fundamental questions that should never be questions. Who deserves to be taught? Which books belong in our libraries? Whether all children deserve to feel safe and welcome in our schools. Board members are facing unprecedented pressure and scrutiny for supporting policies that were once considered common sense. Higher education partners are navigating attacks on diversity and inclusion programs that have opened doors for countless students. Philanthropic organizations are having to defend investments in equity and student support services. Who would have thought? The turnover we're seeing in education leadership across the nation isn't coincidental. It's a direct result of how much harder this work has become. We're losing talented people who entered this field to make a difference, not to spend their time defending basic principles of public education. This is exactly why we need each other more than ever. What we're all doing isn't easy. It was never easy. But it's way, way more challenging now. That's why this partnership, this room full of people committed to students, matter so much. We've been through a lot together. We've weathered a pandemic that turned education upside down. We've supported families through devastating wildfires. We've navigated funding challenges, policy shifts, and moments when it felt like the ground was shifting beneath our feet. Right now, we're facing new challenges. Immigration policies that are creating fear in families who just want a better life for their children, who just want them to get a good education. Political rhetoric is targeting the very values that make our schools welcoming places for all of our students. And federal funding that our districts rely on, more than $250 million combined across LA County last year for teacher preparation, community schools, and adult education, faces uncertainty. But the financial pressures go deeper than federal cuts alone. Since 2020, 1.2 million students have left public school systems nationwide, and projections show enrollment declining to 46.9 million students by 2031. LA's county enrollment is projected to drop by about 243,000 students over the next decade, the steepest decline in the state. At the same time, special education enrollment has increased by 1 million students nationwide since 2021, with districts spending up to 30% of their budgets on these critical services, while federal IDEA funding remains stuck at just 12% of what they promised to support. Meanwhile, state and local revenues, the other pillars supporting our schools, are under pressure from declining property values, reduced sales tax collections, and economic uncertainty. These aren't abstract budget numbers. They're the foundation that keeps our schools running. Here's what's important to understand. When some families in our community struggle, it affects all of us. When fewer people have access to health care because they're afraid to seek services, emergency rooms become overwhelmed, affecting everyone who needs care. And when families can't access nutrition programs or support services, children come to school with greater needs. The numbers tell a startling story of the students we serve in LA County. About 1/3 of middle and high schoolers in LA County experienced social emotional distress. Nearly 1 in 5, let me repeat that, nearly 1 in 5 LA County students lives in a household with at least one undocumented parent. 7 out of 10 of our students are socioeconomically disadvantaged, while 46,000 are unhoused and over 7,000 are part of the foster care system. These aren't statistics. These are our kids, our neighbors, our future workforce. Their success is our collective success. Schools are often the one place families trust, the one institution they'll engage with, even where they're afraid of everything else. So what do? We step up. We lean in. We become the safety net our communities need. Despite all the challenges, families will continue to send their children to school because they believe in education, they believe in us, and frankly, they don't have anywhere else to turn. That is both a tremendous responsibility and an incredible opportunity. But this can't be the job of schools alone. It requires all of us working together, educators, philanthropists, elected officials, faith communities, businesses, everyone who believes in the power of education to transform lives. There's so much energy building up in our communities right now. Yes, there's concern, there's outrage, and a lot of uncertainty. But there's also passionate commitment to making things better. For example, due to funding from leaders like Miguel Santana at the California Community Foundation, my Student Advisory Council held a Student Empowerment Summit. I just want to shout out to this table right here, because these are our students from the Student Advisory Council. Let's take a look of what they did. So the Student Advisory Council began out of my idea of really wanting to make sure that I was in touch with students and hearing what their needs are, so that when I made decisions, I really was making the best decisions representing the students that we serve.
It was really interesting to actually feel like I had a voice.
They wanted to hear from us about what we felt needed improving in our district, as well as what was working.
It was also great working with Dr. Duardo and seeing how responsive they were to student feedback.
We got to share all of our different visions for the future of LA County schools.
It's the first time ever we're having students lead, create, and take control of what they want for their futures. Every year, students decide on a special project that they want to work on for the year, and this cohort decided that they wanted to do a student empowerment conference.
They were the brains, the force, the innovation behind making today possible. They made it happen.
You know, the reason why the Student Advisory Council has been so successful is really because of the kids. We're seeing them grow, we're seeing their leadership shine.
I get to, in a way, represent the others in terms of making or developing new ideas and kind of implementing those in Inglewood.
And leadership for sure. I think it really helped me grow in that way also.
And hearing about what really matters to them.
I think I've grown the most in advocacy, and that's really in noticing that advocacy is not about yourself, but in the people that you talk to and interact with.
You're going to have one big sort of statement event that people are going to walk away from saying, wow, I really learned something from that.
The Know Your Educational Rights campaign, it's a campaign that I'm spearheading with the Student Advisory Council members from Dr. Duardo. We talk to students, educate them about their educational rights, what those rights are, sharing them with their parents, but also what the obligations are from schools and school districts, ensuring that they're keeping the students safe and providing an environment that it's free of discrimination and harassment for every student.
We try to make it really exciting and meaningful for the students, and to be able to do that requires partnerships.
It's important that we have partners engaged so that we can go above and beyond what our students deserve.
Everybody clap your hands.
It was such a great experience that I'd do it again like any day of the week.
I like to say we're not the leaders of tomorrow, we're the leaders of today, because we're already starting to lead.
Try your best and to understand where your passion lies.
We definitely see an evolution in their leadership. Their confidence has been pretty remarkable and special.
Go in with the mindset of, I want to make a change in the world and the community.
This is a process of, becoming a better version of yourself, and the council will allow you to do that.
Aren't they amazing? As you just saw, when we give young people platforms for leadership, when we develop their civic engagement skills, when we trust them to be part of the solution, they consistently step up and lead. Some of those very students are here with us today, and I want you to hear from them directly. I have Ariana Thurairaja from Palos Verdes Unified, Joy Ann from Norwalk, La Mirada Unified, and Daniel Alejandro Perez from Paramount Unified. Come on up and join me on stage.
Hi everyone, my name is Ariana Thurairaja and I'm a senior at Palos Verdes High School in the Palos Verdes Peninsula Unified School District, and I'm a proud fourth-year member of Dr. Duardo's Student Advisory Council. Dr. Duardo's Advisory Council has given me incredible opportunities to create change in my community, whether that be through talking to students about their educational rights or helping lead the summit that we were just watching the video about. But the most powerful part of this council has been listening to the diverse stories from students all across Los Angeles. Their stories altered my perspective on our education system and the inequality in it, but it also further fueled my passion to create meaningful change, which I've already been able to do. For example, earlier this year, through my nonprofit organization, I identified schools that were impacted by the LA fires. Pasadena Rosebud Academy was one school that was completely destroyed in the Eaton fire. And months later, it still lacked tablets for its younger learning students to continue learning. But thanks to the donations from the community and the help of student volunteers, I was able to collect and refurbish tablets, which I then donated back to Pasadena Rosebud Academy. And now, a full kindergarten class of students are able to learn. While it's just one step in addressing educational inequity, I'm happy to make a difference and be a small change maker in today's world. This year, and after I graduate, I hope to continue to remain committed to advocating for equity in our schools and beyond. Thank you.
First of all, it's an honor to be here. My name is Joy An, and I'm here from La Mirada High School representing Norwalk La Mirada Unified School District. To me, being part of the solution means using my various roles as a platform to inspire others to speak their minds. I strive to show others my passion and encourage them to pursue theirs as well. Especially as a student myself, I want other students to look at me and relate to me. I want them to look at me and say, I can do that too. It's important to have student representation in bodies like this because normally students only see people in suits and they don't feel connected, right? When I studied abroad in India this past year, I was the first foreigner that many of my peers met. As the athletics captain, I served as living inspiration for the students at my school, cheering them on to follow their dreams, whether that was becoming a pro cricket player or passing the NEET exam. I encourage them to never give up, even if they were met with failure, because ultimately, what sets one apart is perseverance. Another key aspect of the solution is building a helping community. At the local scale, I do this by tutoring immigrant children in reading and writing, helping them to reach even greater heights. At LACOE, I make sure student voices are represented and heard, such as my work in the LACOE AI Task Force, where I helped draft the first generative AI guidelines of LA County, the largest county in the nation. Through the creation of such an environment in Los Angeles County, one where we work together to inspire, instill hope, and uplift each other, nothing can stop us.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Perez. I'm from Paramount High School representing the Paramount Unified School District. I just wanted to say I'm honored to be here to share what being part of the solution means to me. So for me, being part of the solution means refusing to sit back when I see a challenge in my school or community. It's about taking ownership instead of waiting for someone else to step up. I try to live this out not only through leadership positions, but also in everyday moments with my peers. As a Lean Crew Commissioner, I help welcome and guide freshmen so they feel supported as they start high school. In the classroom, I try to be the kind of peer others can count on, whether it's working on assignments, starting conversations with someone who seems quiet, or just making sure no one feels overlooked. One way I've also grown is through the Student Advisory Council here at LACOE. Being surrounded by students from across Los Angeles County has shown me the power of listening to different perspectives. Every time I leave those meetings, I bring what I've learned back to Paramount, whether it's a new way to strengthen school culture or to elevate the student voice. That experience has guided me in my role as representative on our district's LCAP committee and on Paramount School Site Council. In both spaces, I've been able to share student concerns, highlight what's working, and push for changes that matter to us, like mental health resources and leadership opportunities. I want to thank Dr. Duardo for giving me the opportunity to be part of the Student Advisory Council, because it has allowed me to grow as a leader and make a real difference in my community. I encourage all of us to continue creating spaces where student voices are valued. When students, educators, and communities come together, the decisions we make can reflect the realities of education and help build schools where every student has a chance to thrive. Thank you.
I'm telling you, aren't they absolutely incredible? These are our current leaders. Thank you to all of our students for sharing. Every time I hear you speak, I am so impressed, and I know that we're in good hands because we have amazing, amazing students with great leadership skills. What you heard from them is exactly what gives me hope. And I know it gives many of you hope as well. This is about empowering our students to understand how change happens, how their voices matter, and how they can shape the future they want to live in. Our work of empowerment doesn't stop with students. We know that strong schools are built on strong partnerships with parents. When parents are empowered as educational leaders, when they understand how to navigate systems and advocate for their children, when they see themselves as essential partners in learning, we see transformational change. And nowhere is this partnership more critical than in early childhood education, where we're building the very foundation for everything that follows. Our Head Start program exemplifies this approach. Beyond providing high-quality early learning for our youngest students, we've created powerful pathways for parents to become Head Start teachers and professionals themselves, helping to reduce the teacher shortage, transforming not just individual families, but entire communities. These parents bring something irreplaceable to the classroom. They understand firsthand what our youngest children and their families need. One of those parents is here with us today. Rocio Gonzalez began her Head Start journey in 2017 as a parent volunteer. As her second daughter transitioned to kindergarten, Ms. Gonzalez joined LACOE's Early Childhood Teacher Pathway program and became a teacher. Today, Ms. Gonzalez teaches at St. Anne's Family Services, continuing her studies toward her BA while making a lasting difference in her community every single day. Ms. Gonzalez, would you please join me on stage and share a little bit of your story?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm a little nervous. This is the first time that I speak in front of so many people. Don't mind me if I share a tear or two. Okay. So my name is Rocio Gonzalez, and I'm a proud former Head Start parent who is now a teacher in the same program that once supported my family. My journey began in 2017 when I enrolled my daughter in the Head Start program. And from the very first time, I was amazed by the passion, the care, and dedication of the teachers. Dropping her off each morning, I felt at peace knowing that she was in a safe, nurturing place. My curiosity led me to become more involved. I started volunteering in the classroom, attending parent meetings, and eventually taking on the role of the president of those meetings. Through this experience, I realized the power of my voice in advocating for my children and others in my community. Encouraged by the Family Service Advocate at the time, I joined the Executive Policy Committee, eager to better understand the program, support the teachers, and play an active role in my daughter's education. As I participated in the policy meetings, I gained deeper insight into Head Start and how the staff and parents collaborate to ensure success. For 5 years, I served on the Executive Policy Committee, and in my final year as a second daughter prepared to transition to kindergarten, LACOE introduced the Career Development Initiative Pathway, inviting all Head Start parents to apply. Initially, I was hesitant. Returning to school after more than 10 years wasn't part of my plan. My first thought was, there's no way I can do this. But I remember myself that at some point in my life, I had the dream of becoming a teacher. I just wasn't sure what age group I wanted to work with. With the encouragement of my mother, my husband, and my 2 beautiful daughters, I decided to take the leap. And here I am. I told myself that this might be the last opportunity to grow academically and create a better future for my family and show my daughters, show them that it's never too late to pursue a higher education. Long story short, I completed all the requirements for the Teacher Pathway program, and I now work for St. Anne's Family Services, an agency that has supported me since day one, first as a parent and now as a teacher. Thank you, St. Anne's. I am deeply grateful for the Head Start program, which not only strengthened my family, but also helped me find my passion in teaching. Every day, I step in a classroom with joy, knowing that I am making a difference in the lives of the children that I serve. My journey isn't over. I still have much to learn and even more to give to my community. I will continue to push forward to achieve my BA, embracing each new challenge as an opportunity to grow. Thank you so much for having me. I feel very blessed and humbled to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. Head Start, one of the federal programs facing uncertainty. Your story reminds us that when we invest in parents and families, we create ripples of change that strengthen entire communities. And that investment is paying off across LA County. Despite all the challenges we're navigating, our schools are achieving remarkable things. Last year, LAUSD, our largest district, reported 6-point gains in literacy, and that's incredible. And they're not alone. I want to celebrate 14 LA County districts who demonstrated year-over-year improvement in both ELA and math on state assessments. Antelope Valley, Bonita, Compton, Downey, Little Lake, Manhattan Beach, Montebello, Saugus, South Whittier, West Covina, Whittier City, Whittier Union, and Wilsona Elementary. Districts across our county are demonstrating that meaningful progress is achievable, even in the face of challenging circumstances. The achievements reach beyond academics. Let's talk about something everyone is talking about, and that's artificial intelligence. It's everywhere, and it's moving fast. In LA County, we're taking a proactive approach, helping districts, students, educators, and parents understand not just how to use AI, but how to use it responsibly, equitably, and effectively. I want to give a special shout out to 4 districts that are truly pioneering this effort. Linwood Unified launched one of the first AI task force in the state back in 2023, leading the way with clear policies on responsible AI use before most districts even knew where to start. Torrance Unified is investing in their educators with paid professional development, ensuring every teacher has the skills and confidence to bring AI into their schools and classrooms. ABC Unified's Teach the Teacher model and AI badge system are setting the standard for ethical, transparent AI use. And finally, San Gabriel Unified built their AI roadmap on a foundation of equity, guided by their portrait of a graduate. These districts show us what's possible when we embrace innovation thoughtfully. But innovation isn't just about technology. It's about reimagining how schools serve communities. LACOE's Community Schools Initiative is the largest concentration of community schools in the country. These schools serve as hubs for wraparound services and whole community approach. Backed by California's historic $4.1 billion investment in the California Community Schools Partnership Program, LACOE supports over 500 community schools across Los Angeles County, serving more than 280,000 students. In 24-25, our staff facilitated over 400 referrals, hosted almost 600 engagement and workshop events, and coordinated the distribution of over 10,000 essential items and supply kits. These incredible programs have been supported through partnerships with the Greater LA Education Foundation, County Department of Mental Health, UCLA, LA Trust, the Balmer Group, and many, many more. Let me share a few examples of what this looks like in school districts. Azusa Unified is leading the way in restorative justice practices, dramatically reducing suspensions and expulsions while keeping students in school and learning. Pasadena Unified showed us community schools at their best during the Eaton fire crisis. Coordinators and teams immediately mobilized to get food, clothing, supplies, and technology to displaced families that were scattered across the county. While wildfires create sudden, visible crises, many of our students face ongoing challenges that are just as urgent, like the fear and uncertainty created by immigration raids. This year, we've hosted 19 Know Your Rights training sessions, reaching over 1,000 participants from almost 170 organizations, providing districts with legal guidance and tools to create safe, inclusive environments where all families feel welcome. Our students have been a part of the solution. Our entire education community has stepped up. Let me recognize a few standout efforts by our districts. LA Unified went as far as to modify bus routes and added home pickup services for students in affected communities while connecting families with legal assistance for immigration needs. Lancaster School District partnered with us to host summer Know Your Rights sessions that included on-the-spot public benefits enrollment and one-on-one legal consultations with immigration attorneys. El Monte Union High School District is actively engaging students and parents through ongoing Know Your Rights presentations in partnerships with community organizations. And finally, Linwood Unified hosted a roundtable with Congresswoman Barragan and brought emergency response training to their community. One of our greatest areas of both need and hope are our school programs that serve our incarcerated youth. These young people deserve every opportunity to turn their lives around. We know education can change their lives. And it's important to remember that our justice-involved youth are all of our kids. They come from school districts, they come from neighborhoods and communities and enter LACOE programs. So many of these children have experienced complex trauma. Many of our systems have failed them. When they leave our LACOE programs, students return to their resident districts, to their neighborhoods, and their communities. We want these children to return to society and have a new chance at a life filled with hope that we all know happens through education. It is up to all of us, everyone in this room, to make this possibility a reality. Our work in education isn't just about test scores or graduation rates. It's about protecting the future workforce of Los Angeles and the economic engine of our nation. Our students live in a $1 trillion economy. Yes, I said $1 trillion economy, the 20th largest economy in the world, offering so many possibilities to our students. We have over 1.3 million small businesses in our county, and the highest number that are women-owned and BIPOC in the nation. Yeah, let's give ourselves an applause. The sports industry is on the rise with both the World Cup and Olympics, offering future job possibilities for our young people. And just last month, Los Angeles County secured nearly $24 million through California Jobs First to accelerate growth in our life sciences sector and to create 10,000 high-quality jobs by 2030. This positions LA County as a national leader in life sciences innovation and offers the kind of forward-thinking partnership between education, industry, and government that our students need. The pipeline is already working. We've long invested in career technical education programs, and more recently, we've launched dual enrollment across the county, thanks in part to philanthropic efforts from our Greater LA Education Foundation, the Broad Foundation, and other organizations. These efforts also take place through partnerships with our higher education leaders, such as interim president of East Los Angeles College, Dr. Monte Perez, and the Los Angeles Community College Chancellor, Dr. Alberto Ramon. Such programs are already launching students into college pathways in aerospace, technology, and the creative economy. They are living proof that our investment in young people creates real opportunities and stronger communities. As we move into this new year, we're guided by our recently launched strategic framework with a new vision, mission, and values. Our vision is clear: empowered students, thriving communities. Our mission centers on strengthening student potential and fostering strong, resilient communities through education, advocacy, and strategic partnerships. And our values ground everything we do. Integrity, accountability, service, equity, and inclusivity. This plan represents two fundamental shifts in how we work, placing students at the center of every decision we make and focusing on measurable impact rather than just service delivery. It's our roadmap for ensuring that everything we do, from professional development to community partnerships to crisis response, is designed with one question in mind: how does this serve students? Here's what I need from all of you as we move forward together. First, we need to move beyond just reacting to challenges. We need to be proactive, strategic, and unified in our response. Together, we are so much more powerful than we are individually. But we need alignment. We need to identify our shared priorities and coordinate our efforts so we're not duplicating work, so we're maximizing our impact, so we can truly support students and families where they need it most. Second, we need to be intentional about our messaging. Every student in Los Angeles County needs to know you belong here. You are valued. You are an essential part of our community. No matter your background, your family's immigration status, your income level, or any other characteristic, you are part of what makes our community strong. We need to remember that we've gotten through very difficult times. We came through a pandemic. We've recovered from natural disasters. We are LA. We are strong. We are resilient. We are committed. We are diverse. And we are powerful. We will navigate these current challenges because we choose to do it together. Sometimes disruption brings people together in ways that create the change we've always wanted to see. Sometimes the most profound growth comes from the most challenging experiences. The possibilities before us are endless. Los Angeles County will continue to be a national model of resilience, equity, and innovation in education. Our students are watching us. Our communities are counting on us. And I have absolute faith that we will not let them down. We cannot give up hope. Every day, I have the opportunity to witness wonderful things happening across our schools and districts. We can't let the noise and circumstances that we are in today take away our hope and belief that things are going to get better. Let's hear what some of our educators and students hope.
Hope looks like a safe place. Looks like hello and just a place of comfort. You belong, I see you, and I'm here for you. And we're here for each other. That's what hope looks like.
Going to Linwood High School and giving a Know Your Educational Rights presentation, and just the turnout really made me very hopeful that a lot of students are listening to what we have to say and then bringing that back to their communities. And I do think it's really valuable information, especially with the times right now.
I want to make eye contact with them from the very beginning, and once I make that connection, it's almost like we lock eyes and we lock hearts, because then they know that I'm there for them.
And what I hope that each and every student walks away with is the fact that they won't just make an impact, but they can change the world around them simply by using their voice and standing up for themselves and the people around them.
Hope is in community, like in that word. I think that community really gives me hope. I think when, things are really bad, if you don't have each other, there really is no hope.
The biggest goal I have for the kids who are graduating is that they realize wherever they have been, it's their past. They get a new start, they get to start fresh, and they get to be whoever they want to be going forward.
Hope to me is unity. We need to come together. We just really need to come together.
A society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they will never sit in. Let us sow with courage, because the harvest may not be ours, but it will belong to our students.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for not giving up hope. Thank you for your partnership. And thank you for believing in the transformational power of education. Now let's go make it happen. Adelante. Thank you.